Well, greetings again. This is Dr. Bill Wyatt with the American Orthodox Society. And I've got I just put one thing up here of how to expand one side of the mouth and not the other side. I'm going to show you how to do that. It looks like you don't expand the other side, but actually you do a little bit. So I'm going to draw that off, and I've got one other trick beside that. I'll try to cover that too. So let's get started on this case. I'm going to just put a white deal up here. I think I am. Let's just assume that you had a case where one side was correct. Let me draw the little tooth again. All right, here's one side, the tooth, something like that, and this one is correct. This tooth fits up in here, and that's the way it should be. Now on the other side of the mouth, you'll have one setting like this. And now this one will be wrong. In other words, the lower tooth would be sticking out like that. And we want to expand this side and bring it out and not interfere with this, which is correct. The upper tooth is over the lower tooth. So we put our expansion. We've got to do the expansion of the wire. You turn it like that, and then you come over here and you raise it up, put it into the slot, and now that's going to tend to move the roots out in this direction. All right, if you put an arch wire that's got that torque in it and you pulling that out like that, then you've got to come in with a large wire and catch it and bring this root over. Now, whatever you pull out over here, you pull out in the wrong direction. The other side pushes that just as much force over one side as it has the other side. So to counteract that force, we come to the correct side, and to keep it from moving out too, we hook an elastic chain here and come under and hook this side. Now you come on the other side of the mouth and do the same thing with an elastic. Like that's pulling that over. Now this will counteract this deal on the other side. Actually, this may move a little bit, and this will move a little bit too, but it'll stay correct. And this side will actually move back over and come out like that on the other side of the mouth. So we have to learn how to hook the rubber bands up, and that counteracts the force, but there's still force this way, so these teeth move a little bit in this direction, but they don't change the position where they are, and it'll bring this side over correct. Now that's a neat thing to learn how to do. You can expand a single side of something. Now I'm going to stick another deal in there that if you have say a bicuspid, something like that, come down here, and you've got a tooth over here, and it's got roots on it like that. And if you want to pull this tooth up and bring the roots forward, you can come through with an arch wire. I'm going to draw the arch wire up here. And you get right in the center of this, and you drop down, and then you make the arch wire go like that. You stick the arch wire in a tube over here, and it comes through like this, comes around, and then you take this and run it in that tube. And that actually pulls this root forward. Now you might, really this tooth needs to be a little higher up here, and this arch wire, you can come over here, and you run it through that, and it'll pull the root in a forward direction, and you can tie it off through here. That's not exactly right in doing that, but that's the way we move teeth together. Like in that young lady that, well, she's 50 years old, closing space on adults. That's the way we did that. Kind of drew the tooth wrong. You'd have to have this tooth up here and this deal. And so you'd pull that wire around and hook it in here, and it'll bring those roots forward. Now if you have one that's deeper, you'd have to come over and drop it, and now do like that and run the wire through that, and it would do that same thing for it. So thank you for watching, and we will close it up here for today, and I hope to see you later, and I hope I'm in better shape now. Thank you for watching again. And this world is so full of bad things now, it's hard to even think about your teeth. And I have some ideas about 2 or 3 things that are going on in this world today. And one of them is Russia. And Putin is the devil himself to me. That man is trying to be like Stalin. I think Stalin starved about so many million Ukrainians to death during World War II. And now Putin has, as far as I understand, there's 900 and something of his young men that are either wounded severely or dead. And he doesn't seem to bother him one bit of the world, and that's bad. I also am really for the Jewish people and the Palestinians, and where the Son of a Mosque is one of the best books. You ought to read that. And they came in and captured all these people and killed a bunch of them in the Jewish people. And now they are retaliating, and they've stirred up our colleges, some of the colleges, and they're raising Cain about what is being done to the Palestinians. The Jewish people, if they had given 1/10 the effort to dig these 400 miles of tunnels and work for the Jewish people, they could have been actually farming the desert and raising food for the people to have. That's another thing that bugs me. And then I come in and look at our own country right here, and I looked at the people bringing drugs into this country. They're even using small submarines and going underwater and coming up and bringing these things to this country. And I don't know why our people buy the stupid drugs. we lose about as many people to drug overdose as we lost in World War II. So these things bother me, but yet people like to get their teeth straight regardless of the situation going on. So I'm going to hang up, and I hope you'll join us again next week when we put some more videos on, or try to. Thank you now, and I'm going to close out.